Hi, I'm Mary Gunn. Welcome to FUNN University. Hi, I'm Mary Gunn of Mary Gunn FUNN, founder and head professor of FUNN University, welcoming you to the last Cards Plus Lab of July. Did I really say that? I did, didn't I? Yes, it is the last Cards Plus. I guess we started right away when the month started, so it's gone fast. And it's nice to see Vicki here. She's been not visiting us too much. I know you're always busy though. You've been you had your sister and everything, but I'm glad you're here. Missed you last night at the dinner, but Patty and Sherry were there and we had a good time. I got to hear you guys. It was fun. All right, tonight, so we have done circles, we have done squares or quadrilaterals that were actually more like rectangles, because squares can be rectangles, but rectangles aren't always square. But tonight we're going very complicated. We're going to do triangles. We've worked right up, but we're not going to do a whole bunch of specific triangles like isosceles, scalene, right, acute, and obtuse. We are just going to be using triangles in design. Triangles have some pretty cool mental properties that make you think of things. One thing is they're pretty strong, like in the cornerstone of an arch. So they have some strength. They have directional capabilities, like in an arrow tip. They are strength, like a mountain. There's lots of different, it's not like has to be, but those are just some different feelings that you get compared to like the circles that had motion, forward motion, round, soft, light. The squares had the rigidity and the building and the blocks kind of thing. So anyway, with the triangles, I go back, we've got all sorts of different things. We've got some abstracts, we've got some fun folds, we have mountains, we have all sorts of things going on tonight. So let's get cracking, because I think you're going to be here a while. Yep, we missed you too, Miss Vicki. I'm glad to have you back. First off, looky there. These are our little pins that are going to be in the gift shop. There's a gold one with our logo on it. Remember, our logo reflects the ideas, not products, thoughts, because of the light bulb. We took the scissors out because somebody thought I was a hairstylist, and it's right here on somebody's hand. We're just handing over those ideas, and it's they're really nice. There's a gold one, and it's just a hat pin kind of thing, and a silver one, and they're really nice. They're nice weight, and they've got our pretty blue colors like we have in my where is it? My logo. So we've got logos like this that are by themselves. We've got the logos with a name on it that are vinyl heat transfer, whatever. And they're all available with your points in the merchandise. So that's kind of fun. Yeah, it's real nice. And then it would go on a hat real well. So that's kind of how I would wear it, I think. But I don't know. I'm sure there's other ways to do it, like like on a bag. That would go on real well on a bag too. So anyway, they're cool. I hope that you will like them. We have quite a few, and we're hoping to get the word out on the ideas, not products, through our beautiful merchandise. Okie doke. So a couple things that are kind of interesting. Where is it? There we go. Just an aside, but a hexagon is actually made up of 6 triangles, which is kind of fun. And I just made that so that you could see it. So if you had a larger triangle or hexagon, I noticed that some of the Close to My Heart things had large hexagons in it. You could cut them into pies, spread them out a little bit just for a little more, if you have something that you want to do something a little more interesting with just a hexagon. It doesn't matter what size it is, it does the same thing. You just have to go from point to point, point to point, point to point, and then just spread them out a little bit. And you can put some pretty paper underneath it. You could make this. You might want to, you might want to save, if you have the kit, save one of those to make a template. And you could even, you could trace it, you can scan it, you can take a picture of it, and then have it as a template in your arsenal of good things. I'm going to start with a really simple card. There's a lot of ways to use triangles, lots and lots. And once you start, it's like getting a new car, I tell you. Once you get started on this, you start seeing them over and over again, which is really, I think, a lot of fun. And we're going to do this in clover and green apple. This is 4 1/4 inch square. I know you can't see it, but you will. And we're going to start in the center with just getting some green apple, some light fun green apple. Now I did notice I was using the Bristol paper, and I know this, Sherry, this might be something you like. I used the Bristol paper today. I can't remember if this is it. No, I don't think so. Because I would pick up the ink with my oily finger, which was kind of a funny thing. So I just had to use a piece of scrap paper to put my fingers on, and it was not bad. And I don't think it's still giving up ink, but I was like, whoa, what is that mark? And it was my finger, leaving fingerprints everywhere. So this is not going to be a real fancy blending job. It's just because we're going to make or guess what we're going to make? We're going to make a triangle, because a square cut into 2 makes a lovely triangle. Oops, I want that back. This time I'm going to use some fruit. It's going to be limes that have triangles in them. The sections, I don't know if real limes have 6 sections or not, but these do. This is not too exciting. I'll show you another card that I made with something else that looked real pretty too, but I thought it would be fun to use the limes because they have triangles too. Close those up before I get in trouble. Okie doke. Now, to make this, we're going to go ahead and, wait a minute. I am going to put this just on the outside of the center and pull up. Then we'll have a little bit of a raggedy edge, and then we can do the same thing. Oops, I don't want to do it there because I'm right-handed, very right-handed. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. And then we'll have that little squigum left. And this is simply going to go in the corners. Yep, it is giving up some, I don't know, just like so. I'm going to go ahead and put this on here so I don't get ink everywhere. I don't know if it's ink, moisture, humidity, I don't know. This could also be made with pattern paper and just cut the paper into, you can make it 4 inches and the triangles will just be a little bit smaller. So say you wanted to do a whole bunch of cards for soldiers, this would be a super fast way, just with some old paper to get those thank you cards out or something. And then I pre-stamped and cut a circle because the circle shape with the triangles is pretty strong. Looks good playing off each other. If I had another triangle, it might just be too much. If it was a rectangle, it would be fine too. But these are so hard edges, I thought the circle would be pretty. And then I pulled out some old sequins that I got just at a hobby store, because they need to be used too. So get them out. You know, sequins go forever and ever. Jeepers. So we'll go ahead and get some placement. Come here. I'm going to lick it too. Let's do 3, I think. What sign on the road, what street sign, road traffic sign is a triangle? Oopsie, I took it with me. There we go. It's yield. I knew you'd know. But I thought, well, you know, that's just one of those I spy with my little eye kind of things. Oops, I got green on it. Dadgummit, that green is just loosey-goosey with itself here. Well, I'm going to leave it for now. But see, that's a pretty fast card, don't you think? But really pretty. I like it. And here it is with some leaves instead. And you could do it any color. You could do any stamping. This would be great if you were getting together with some friends and they didn't know how to stamp. This would be a really easy way to teach them. And they'd have a pretty good card out of it for very little effort. So anyway, but with pattern paper too, it would be really cute. You could even do 2 sizes of triangles and make it really cute with a little mat or anything like that. I like the leaves on the triangle. Yeah, they're very popular right now, those big tropical leaves. It's an old set from Close to My Heart that I used, but I've noticed there's a lot of companies that have that kind of leaf right now. But anyway, yep, that was pretty fast, but it was a good trend setter, mood setter for our triangles. Next triangle coming up is it's fun. This is just doggone good time. We're going to do mountains this time. I've seen some mountains, you know, in the summer they do mountain kind of cards and layouts and things because people go to the mountains. So I'm going to try. I've got a couple samples, and I'm going to try. I don't know if it'll look good on this or not, so we'll do it 2 ways. I'm going to try it on some wood grain first. And what we're going to do is, let me get a scratch paper. I keep it everywhere. And we're going to just tear off an edge and make it jaggedy. Hi, Christy. So it has a lot of give and take and ups and downs. Then we're going to put this guy right here. And this is a piece of FUNN foam. It's just a piece of foam that I've cut into a triangle. And I have it just with a little bit of ATG glue sticking on this, sticking on the block. Now the jaggedy part is going to be our mountain tops, and so we're going to be making mountains right here. I wonder what color would be pretty mountain tonight. I've got several colors coming to show you. Do you have Purple Mountain Majesty, Blue Mountains maybe? We haven't done a blue mountain. I haven't done a blue mountain. I kind of want to see what it would look like. Peacock? Peacock? That might be pretty. I tried Evergreen. It's really, really dark. I think I might try Peacock. Well, you know, it's just paper. We're good. And then these are, oh gosh, I am getting green everywhere. It really picks up a ton of ink. I want to go that one second generation because it'll have a line. There's our basic mountains, and you can just wipe this off on a sponge or a cleaner just like you would normally to clean it. And then the next thing we're going to do is, these are not volcanoes. Now if you wanted to do a volcano, you wouldn't have to put the top on. But if we want it not to be a volcano, we can take a pencil and a straight edge and just draw some lines so that we can come back in and color them. Or not color them, or add white. So we can see where the mountaintops meet. You just lay it against the edge until you get an intersection. Then you've got the pointy mountaintop. That one's doesn't have much snow. I'm going to go a little lower on that because we're going to be able to erase our lines. So easy to make a mountain. But you just want to line up all the way along that triangle, otherwise it'll have a weird angle. Okay. Wonder, you know, you could almost paint some white in there. I'm going to just grab a pen and follow that line. The line will, the pencil may have even put a little dent in the paper, so it's not too hard. And if it's in the background, then you just don't put the line all the way down to the bottom. It's a pretty easy way to make mountains, isn't it? Mountains without stamps. Aha. You can make your mountains any color. And you could also do this for banners. Same kind of thing. But not use the snow cap part. Well, you could if you wanted. I'm just going to do some squiggly lines in here so it looks like snow. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. Tree line, snow line. Then we can add some clouds. I don't want to add too much for clouds, but a little bit would be okay. Bob Ross, what are you doing here? You could also do sunrises or sunsets. On this pattern paper, it's not going to show up so much. When I say that, and then it's really quite bold. And remember, we have the template in the lounge for clouds, so you can make your own cloud stencil. I'm not sure where it is, but it's in there. And when you get close to the mountains, you can just carefully, oops, I got a little cloud. Well, you get clouds on the mountain. It's very realistic. This is very realistic, Bob Ross. Bobby would be proud. And then my kneaded eraser to get rid of those lines. I can hear Boomer out there just chewing and a chewing on a toy. He slept in my bed, or not in my bed, he slept in my bedroom last night, and I woke up and he hadn't eaten all the mattress, so I was real glad. He did really great. So you could leave that, or you could paint it. I'm thinking maybe just some re-inker. There's my destroyed thing. Let's see how this looks. I was using this earlier, so it's still wet. You might be able to put some glitter shimmer on it. I don't think this is going to make too much difference. Maybe a little. Yeah. This is just re-inker. So it's not going to be opaque. It shouldn't be too opaque. There we go. Might take a couple coats. There we go. That's kind of cute. I think it's kind of cute. And then I'm going to wipe that off. This thing has enough trouble. What was I going to do? Where's my hello? There it is. Oh! Okay, so, you know, you could get an echo in the mountains. So I have my hello stamp. And what do you always say when you're in the mountains to see if you can do an echo? It's always hello. So we go hello. Offset hello. Hello. So there's 3 little hellos there. So hopefully, actually those are kind of far apart, but maybe somebody would get it and they go, oh, hello, hello, hello. You can put a couple little birds with your funky little V's. I really like the hello stamp too. It's a good one. See what this looks like. Do I need to trim it? Yep, I need to trim it just a little bit. There we go. That's gonna work. It looks a little sloppy, but I'll show you my other sample. I think the hello, hello, hello went a little better. I'm not sure if I do it again because I wasn't real happy with that, what it looks like. But on this paper, I think is my problem. Can you hear Boomer? He's getting a big drink. Yeah, we got to see Chrissy's dog last night and Patty's cat. You like my montañas? They're pretty cool. I think peacock was a good color. And it's just a piece of craft foam, so that's kind of a cool card. Here it is with evergreen on white. This is evergreen on white, and then this one is popped up. I tried to draw some trees on that one, and it didn't work, so I just put another tree or another mountain on top. Yeah, Stephen was pooped. So anyway, there's a couple mountains, and I have one more mountain to show you. And that was using this piece of craft foam. And so that one's really big. It's pretty funny. And then I thought, oh, I'll just put, you know, help might be a good thing to say if you're sending a card with mountains. So I don't know. It was just, and then these would be easy to mask if you wanted to do something in the background too. You could just, I think it would be pretty easy because you've got this shape. It would be really easy to mask. Yeah, help! So you never know. That might be a good thing to have. So I think it would be fun to do some like sun rays around it or something. But that is card 2. Fun, huh? We're getting there. Let me get my samples with the together and my things. And there's another card that I did with the same piece of craft foam. So this was just an abstract, and then took a little tiny one and overstamped it. So those are just 3 colors. You do have to remember these are not as thick as a stamp, and so sometimes it's hard to not get lines around it. So you just have to be careful so you don't get lines, so you have little marks on your card like I did. But you could do 2 if you wanted to, and that would be a little bit small, a little bit taller. But you could do this with circles or rectangles. You can use dikes on them. You can use your trimmer on them. You can use you can cut them by hand, whatever you want to do. You can make blobs if you wanted to cut out some blobs. I'm not sure why, but you might want to cut out some blobs because craft foam is super, super soft and easy to cut. And I just for the big one, I used my trimmer. So kind of a fun thing to be able to do. Oh my goodness, moving right along. We're going to go from that to an abstract. And yes, this one, why do I have a water brush in here? I don't need it. Okie doke. This one's going to be, we're going to use embossing. This is going to be my matte. This is a top folding card, or it could be a side folding card. But I think of it as a top folding card. And that's an extra. Okay. And I'm going to use black. It's if the card is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, the matte's going to be 1/4 of an inch smaller. The red one and the so it's going to be 5 1/4 by 4, and then this is going to be 3 3/4 by 5. And we're going to use embossing pens. I got the broad ones, or brush, broad or brush. There's 3 of them. There's medium, broad, and brush. And we're going to get out that straight edge again. We're just going to put some, we're going to jazz this up. So I'm just going to use the straight edge, but do wipe the straight. I'm just using my shorts, but you do want to wipe that off between these things that we're doing, these lines. And since this is the brush, it does push down quite well. And so you can get a pretty wide thing. Then I'm going to make start another one that's going to be parallel to this first one. Can you see that shine? I don't know. It does stay wet for quite a while, so that's a good thing. We're going to do 3 colors of embossing powder. Oh, I almost wiped my pen off on my pants instead of this thing. I don't think I want to go over that. So I'm going to go this way. There we go. That's going to be our first one. And I'm going to use silver. Silver tinsel. This is very, very festive. And tinsel, you're supposed to shake it to get the shiny parts all mixed in. There we go. Oh, I forgot the powder. That's all right. You can see the tinsel in here. It's real pretty. I'm going to have this everywhere. It's okay. Get my little gizmos out. I saw somebody the other day saying that this holding your embossing project with a wooden clothespin was the best idea, but they didn't know this part. I thought, no, this is the best idea with the wooden clothespin. Because then you can get your hand way away. There we go, I see it. You could do this all in silver or whatever color embossing powder you want. You could do it in white if you have that. You could also, I think you could, I was going to try that and I forgot. You could maybe use alcohol markers and use clear embossing ink on top and get the colors. I'm not sure on the black, but I think it might work. Something that sits on top of the black. Not too much though. I bet watercolor pencils might work too. So now I'm just going to go off of this. I'm not going to use my straight edge. I don't think I care as much if these are completely straight. We'll just do some short lines. And we'll have those little triangles in there getting all abstracty. It squeaks. Oops, that one went way weird. This one's going to be gold. Now, the other day, I came down here, and there was a little puppy that was crunching something, and I thought, what in the heck is that boy crunching? He was crunching this, and it has some holes in it. He may have tasted some nice gold embossing powder. Silly dog. I got it though just moments before he had a horrible mess and taste. Oh my gosh. This is a good time to have a little brush. There we go. So I just stuck it in there and hope it's good. It doesn't quite fit, so the lid's not real tight. Hope he doesn't come back for more. I think this would be a real good congratulations card. Celebratory kind of card. Like if your friend won the lottery, it would be real good. But it's just using one-ended, opened up triangles. If you think of it that way, then you can see them as, that's what the inspiration was. Now, instead of, what was I using? Brush, I'm going to try broad. That's me. And just make another one, because we're going to use a color this time. This is a good time to have your hand flat on the table so that it's nice and steady. You can also use liquid glue if you don't have the embossing pens. You can use liquid glue and do that kind of line. It'd be a little hard. Oops, I better put the powder on. A little hard, but this red is ancient, and I have heard that embossing powder sometimes will just go bad. It gets old and it won't stick. But I tried this earlier and it was fine. So don't hoard it, just use it. And colored embossing is real popular right now. It's fun. Hey, Sue. Did you get off work today? Could you tell time today? fun. We're glad to have you. Okay, let's see, a couple of you weren't here at the very beginning. I don't know if you heard the news. Our pins have arrived. And they're quite gorgeous. Let me show you. We've got our little light bulb logo and our shield. And they even have stitching around the edge that really makes it have a really, I don't think you can see that without going blur. It will be in the gift shop. And then it has the little dealy bop that you put, like for hats and purses and things like that. Tote bags, your beautiful bags that you carry around. So for crops and things, there you go. And then I went ahead and did hello on some silver paper and then used some the cardstock to match. They are very nice. I'm real they're really very, very high quality. I'm really impressed. It's very fun to have merchandise for Fun University. Remember, you can get your logos too, your logo decals. And then you can get a $3.99 t-shirt at Michael's, and then you'll just be so styling. And I found out too late, but they do have like the baseball t-shirts at Michael's too, Christy. I didn't know that, you know, with the raglan sleeves, the drop-down sleeves, and dadgum, I went and bought one on Amazon and it paid more. Oh. So, isn't that jazzy? Somebody that likes some bling, or a congratulations card. That is not me slurping. If you can hear that, that is Boomer. I do have inky fingers. I think it was the Bristol paper, and I was sponging, and it bled all over. So I think it was the Bristol. It didn't hold the ink as well. You like the cute abstract? I think it's real interesting. Since Sue just joined us, this was one card. We're doing triangles, and there's a mountain card that we used. We didn't use a stamp for that, except for the hello. So that's kind of a fun thing. You'll have to watch the earlier part. This card is going to be a little fancy fold. I think we're ready for it. This piece is 4 1/4 by 11. And then it's folded at 2 3/4. Flip it over and do it at 2 3/4 again. So you do 2 3/4, flip it over 2 3/4, because that's easier to do. Hey Kim, are you driving? Oh dear. And then this, we're going to make triangles on these two ends. Oh, that's nice too. And then I went ahead and just cut a piece of scratch paper that is the same size as this, which is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. And fold it in the middle to get halfway. And then we're just going to fold from the bottom corner to the top corner, so that we know what's halfway, so we know where the triangle should be. Where'd my scissors go? My gosh, I put them away. No wonder I couldn't find them. You could do this on your little Fisker trimmer. That would be good. That way you don't have to be folding paper and things to find out where the center is. Oops, I cut it a little short there, so we're good. I'm just going to make a real light line, because then we can use our trimmer, because I don't want to bend the cardstock. And I don't want to do math. We all know about that. There we go. Oh, interesting. Chat room will convert the text to emojis. I'll be darned. Okay, so then we'll put them on our little trimmer here. Put it in place, hold it steady. The end should be right along that little silver line on the trimmer. And we'll have a nice little triangle. Will they be perfect? I don't know. I kind of doubt it. And you have a couple little triangles to play with. Okay, so this is going to fold like so. See, I didn't do it right, but that's okay because we're going to have something over it. So we're going to have it like this. So you think, well, that's not going to be so great, just that middle part. So we're just going to put in an insert and cut. I already have it stamped. I'm going to put in an insert and we can see it, but we're going to take care of that too. This may be a little big. Yeah, it is. Let me trim this one. Okay, so I didn't want to have the insert with this piece showing when you flipped it up because we're going to flip that up for a place for us to write. So I went ahead and added a piece of cardstock inside. It's going to be trimmed again, so is this one. And so that we can put the hinge behind that insert. I'm going to trim that side again too. Just a little bit. So now we'll put this guy so he won't be ugly. Makes for a fun card. Because you don't want your writing to show from the front, and half of the pretty on this is that it is a fun fold for those. I moved my trimmer over so I didn't have to worry about hitting my microphone like I was talking about. Ugh, it's making me nervous. There we go. I thought that would happen. So I came prepared. So Vicky, Washington Vicky, have you been crafting during your absentee time? Have you had anything you've been working on? There we go. See if I can get this off. Nope, not very easily. Okay, now we're going to add some pretties on top of this, so as soon as I find them. As soon as I find them. Oh, there they are. Okay, so I made a couple stars. And this poor little star isn't quite complete, so we're going to put it underneath the other star. You have a choice. You can put one star on one side and then the other star on the other. I think that would work best for these guys. I do like to have, I'm going to make myself a little mark. I like to have things lined up so that nothing is sticking out, like you can see the white where it shouldn't be seen. That makes me cranky. Oh, you lost your mojo. Oh, you probably were tired. It's hard to be creative when you're tired. Well, we're glad to have you back, and we'll find some mojo for you. We had one mojo absentee for a while. Kim, I think it was Kim, wasn't it, that had lost her mojo? She found it. So we believe in you. Clap if you believe in mojo fairies. I think you'll be fine. And then this was a little impression die that I used. Yep, it was Kim. Okay. She got hers back. Boy, howdy. Okay, I am looking right here. I do not want those to have an empty place. I can always erase. There's some green. Oh, jeepers. Dad, come on. I have to add some blinking leaves here. I don't think so. Is Mojo anything like a mojito? To some, I'm sure. Wouldn't be surprised. That is probably my little daughter calling me. I'm not going to have the notes ready in the morning real fast because we have a very exciting thing going on in our family. See, that covered up the congrats. And so you would open it up and go, ah, awesome, yay! I thought it was kind of fun to have the red and blue with some brown, kind of Western. Maybe I'm feeling Western because of our exciting news. I think my daughter's going to buy a horse tomorrow. So it's kind of a big deal. I'm going to go, or maybe not tomorrow, but I'm going to go out and meet the Ellis. And then there's the inside. So you have plenty of room to write. I forgot to tape that down. Nothing we can't fix. There we go. Look at that. It's a little longer. Well, shoot. So it just goes like that. And there you have your fancy fold. So that's using triangles. You could do this as a regular gatefold too and just have a straight line, but we want triangles and that makes it, but that's a kind of a fun way to be able to do it. I'd love to see what you put as these two things in homework. You could do anything. You could put flowers, you could put, I have one flower to show you. So here was the original with a die cut flower. I watercolored this. And then I found those in the drawer. And then this is the paper. So it goes all the way across the little gingham. And it's from Park Lane. I got it at Joann's. And then it opens up to hello. And then there's plenty of room to... I like this card a lot. It seems like it's going to be real hard, but it's not too bad once you use that. Once you know the trick of the scrap paper, then it's quite easy. But you could use any shape. You just need kind of a big shape. And so if you had a big stamp and a die or something that would work, it'd be good. You could have a Christmas tree if you wanted a triangle Christmas tree, because then you just put it on one side. But you can, like, that's on both sides a little bit. But anyway, I like that card a lot. I think it was fun. And there's a couple others I was working with because I had that paper out. And here's another one with just the triangle in the corner with the same paper, and then using a die cut for the lace and a die cut for the flower. I thought that one turned out kind of pretty. And then this one's kind of dramatic. I just used the same stuff that was out, and used two corners, kind of like these two corners, but they're opposite. No, yes, they're in the opposite corner. So I don't know if I have a preference. I think my preference would be this way, but this one works too. You can also make them so they fold, and anyway, that's a whole nother thing. Mint is optional in mojos, in Mojo. Okay, but not in mojitos. Good point. I think you're onto something. So there's a whole bunch of other samples there. Now, here we go. We've got a few minutes. I wanted to show you this. This is it came off. A circular triangle card. Let me undo it for you. And I thought, why would you even want to do this? But it's just cool. So I went ahead and got it ready to show you what I did. So you can just tie it together, and it will stick like that. So it all folds up into a triangle. It's too fat to go into a regular envelope, but it would be a fun thing to give to somebody. And you could do, you could write letters in here so it spells a word, or you could do mini pockets and then stick little gifts in there. I really don't know. I was kind of stumped, but I think there's a couple other things that you can do that would be real fun. I think it's almost a real fun thing for a kid, and I'll show you why. You take 5.5-inch squares to make these. Small photos would be real nice. Little encouragements. Break up a sentence. I'm not sure what all you could do, but so you take 4 of these, and they're 5.5 inches square. You fold them just quite normal. Let me get a couple of these out of here. You fold them diagonally and diagonally. And since I have my bone folder back in my world, I will use it. And I thought it worked better. This is pretty thick paper. And so I wouldn't use anything too flimsy. I don't think it would hold the shape, but you can always try, but I don't think it would hold the shape. And so now you have an X right across here. You can see it better on this side. So then you take your scissors. I saw there's other ways to make it more complicated. This is this very simple way to do it. So you go up to the intersection at one place. Then you just go over to the side of that same place, that same cut, and cut a triangle out, and then cut this little corner off so that we have a glue flap, and it won't show as much. So then this guy that's sticking out loose, so what does that look like? I don't know. If you're walking under it, this guy that's sticking out loose, you just fold it up so that it's even with that other crease, because that's going to be the part that folds up at the bottom. Okie doke. And you really have to work with the creases. And then this little glue flap is going to go underneath the piece that you did the extra fold. You could use a pretty strong glue, I suppose, but I'm just going to use that. And then that just folds right up into a triangle. Then I already have 2 put together. And then you just put the adhesive on the outside of one side. Quite a bit, I think. You could do suspenders and belt technique with a wet liquid glue and a dry glue. Match that up. And give it a good little squeeze there. And there you have 3 pieces of it. And here, I'll do this again so you can see it. You could use a trimmer if you wanted. I think scissors are fine. I don't think it's that precise. You leave like 3/4 of an inch, 1/2 inch, something like that for your glue flap. And then when you have this guy hanging down, you just go ahead and fold it up into another triangle. And then he's going to be the piece that folds up. So we can go ahead and put some adhesive on this little glue flap again. Glue tab. Fold it up, match the raw edge with the fold. And make sure it closes up just fine. Then it's going to go right here. There we go. And then it folds onto itself. then I just decorated it with, I just put a little bit of a ribbon that ran across here, and so you can tie it. This makes it a little hard when it sticks out. So if you wanted to do a circle or something again here, it would be probably better not having that stick out. But, well, that's the way it is. And so then put a little ribbon on it so it can be closed. Or you could, I don't know if you could do a little tab over this and maybe a button and some magnets. I was thinking, well, what in the world would you want to do this for? Except that it's really fun. And then I thought, well, you know who would like that would be little kids. They would think that was really a fun, cool thing. And so at 5 o'clock tonight, I thought, well, you know, if you did have a little kid and you had some stamps, or a little kid that had a little brother or something, you could make one out of just white cardstock. These are magnets that I used, that like magnets that were from the die cut from Close My Heart. And so you have to make sure you get the right sides together so it holds, just like so. And then you could make like a coloring book for a kid, and you could have all sorts of things like find the animal that eats peanuts, and then they could find that. Little kids like stuff like that. You could sit on their laps and stuff. What does he say? He says ooh 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 ooh. Where's the animal that roars and lives in the forest? Which one says meow? I just made it with my new crayons. And I did seriously do this like an hour and a half ago. So it's real primitive. But I thought, well, you know, it's for little kids. It would be fine. So that was one thing that I thought would be fun. You could even make like some rooms. And you could have little wood, like a, you know, what am I trying to say? Clothespin doll. And they could live in that house. So you could put their little pictures in here, little framed pictures, and make different, a dollhouse kind of thing. So that was just kind of a fun thing. You could do it with shapes. You could say, can you find the triangle? How many triangles? Can you find the color red? You know, all those things. And it wouldn't be hard. It'd be fun. And it just takes a little bit of time to do. But you could have kids help you with it too, older brothers and sisters or cousins. So anyway, I thought it was kind of fun. And if you had, I know that I used to do things like this with my reading group. They were elementary age, and we would read a book, and then we would do an art project with it, and I would have done something like this with them. And then they could do whatever. They could do dioramas of the book, that kind of thing. So we didn't give them too much time, but it sure did set that book in their heads. So anyway, that's what we got tonight. It seems like that went really fast. My tongue's hanging out. That was an hour, though. So I thought we had a lot, but I guess we got through it. Okay, well, let's just go through all of them, and then we'll vote, okay? Okay, all right. Sounds good to me. Let's go through them all, because I don't think everybody was here all the times. So we'll just look at them all. Pins will be up tomorrow. Okay, so we've got this little book, or this little thing. And then we've got the other version. And we have the little hello circled triangle card. Then we have this little guy with the fancy fold. And that was a sample. And this was another one using the triangles in the corners. Here's a triangle in the corner. Split triangle. Just using a 4.5, was it 4.5? 4 1/4 inch piece of cardstock. There was our abstract using the triangles, but you could use anything. We just use FUNN foam. This was our mountains with the hello, with the echo. Hello, 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 hello. This was the big mountain with the poor little person yelling for help. Let's see. Oh, this was my original. So I think that's my original. No, it's not. Maybe that's the one I did tonight. Nope, this is my original. See, I didn't use a straight edge, and it looks funky, but it looks fine. now we will do clear, like on ER, clear, and then do our voting. We have card 1, card 2, they're all different. Card 3, card 4, I'm going to put just a smidge of tape on here, maybe, in theory. There we go, so it'll shut up. And then this is a bonus, card 5. Any of the versions, I guess. So we've got a Vicky likes 2, Steven's with Vicky, Patty likes 2 and 4, I don't know which one I like. That looks pretty cool on the wood, I think. Is that all we have voting? Okay, you're with Patty, Sherry's with Patty. 2 and 4. Yep, I thought this one turned out pretty cool too. Cool. 1 and 3. You really like the abstract with the blue, yellow. Yeah, that was a good card too. Super fast, Christy. That was super fast. And just remember that you don't want to get any lines in it. But it really went fast. And then you just want to make sure you scrub off the double-sided tape and everything before you forget. That'd be a bummer. Well, I don't know who wins then. I don't know which one was the most favored. 2 has a couple, I think. So we're going to say 2-1. Cool. All right. Well, another sunny summer evening spent at the Mesk. It's good. There's still sunlight. That's all fun. I can still get out in the deck and enjoy the evening. So tomorrow night, Craft Roulette comes around again. Have some really cute things that were in the submissions, and we don't know what that thing will do to us tomorrow, but we'll have fun. What's that? You could put a drop of green glue and let it dry. Then it's repositionable. Yep, there you go. I didn't realize that. And it could open and close at will. That's a good tip. It makes it more like a Post-it tape. Interesting. I wonder what liquid cement. What was that stuff? Liquid cement? Yeah, I think so. I don't know if it would work. I doubt it. Glue drops maybe, or yeah, glue drops might work too. Interesting. Okay, so we have that. Next week we have scrapbooking and study hall. Study hall I think will be the 3rd Monday, so we'll be doing our planners. So that'll be fun. And I think that's about it. Don't forget your pins and your iron-ons and liquid cement. That's what it is. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Put them together. Then that way, let me put that up there. There we go. I haven't had liquid cement around in a long time. We used to use it in paste up in magazines. It was kind of fun to do. Anyway, all right. Well, thank you, Patty. I'm glad you had a good time. Go make some fun cards. Homework should be a blast, I think, this week. So we will talk to you soon. Kiss your brains. You were here. And if you're watching replay, kiss your brains again. Kim, have a great trip, and we will catch you guys later, okay? Thank you so much. Have a great evening.